Also, I'm begging you, Led Zeppelin fanatics, please don't crucify me for getting stuff wrong or leaving stuff out. If I do, I'm sorry. Have mercy.
Who? Led Bloody Zeppelin, that's who.
Today we're going to briefly go over the Led Zeppelin vinyl I have in my collection so far. Hello everybody, it's been so long. I haven't seen you in quite a few weeks, but I'm happy to be back. Life was crazy, you know, the excuses, school, everything like that. And also I'll just be upfront, I am a big fan of Led Zeppelin, huge. I'm gonna get off my soapbox and get into this video. Starting off with Led Zeppelin, their debut. This is 1969. So good. What an amazing debut. This is one of my favorite records of theirs, honestly. It's just the beginning when it starts off with good times, bad times, just like boom. Just so powerful. It's an incredible album, an incredible debut, and they really just made a statement. My ultimate favorite track on this is Dazed and Confused, and it's a reworked song by jingle writer Jake Holmes, and was also played by the Yardbirds. The powerful vocals plus the incredible guitar and drumming is just spectacular, and it'll get you in a very pleasurable mood, as Led Zeppelin does. Not that I know, not that I have experience with that at all. So some of my other favorite tracks on here include You Shook Me, which is by Willie Dixon and J.B. Lenore. Your Time Is Gonna Come, amazing, incredible. And I Can't Quit You Baby, which is a Willie Dixon cover. I think there's like a different version out there, I don't know, on Coda. And for some reason, I think I remember listening to it and just being like, why did they redo it? Because this version I feel is superior than the Coda one. So moving on to the artwork, it's an incredibly haunting photo of course, the Hindenburg disaster. Perhaps a reference to that oh so famous story that Zeppelin manifested their name of existence. Don't worry, I won't go into it. You all know it. This album has a dark feel and mood to it, from melodies and rhythm to the actual album cover. It gives me cold, harsh winter vibes. You know how I like to assign seasons to albums? This one would be probably like a wintry album, just because of how just dark I feel like it is. I don't mean to be too dark, but you know, the heartbreak, confusion, and chaos this album tackles just feels icy and really wintry. Overall, bluesy Zeppelin in their early days with dark under and overtones, magnificent and sultry. It's just what you need for those loving and longing days, if you know what I mean. There's going to be a lot of innuendos, I feel, in this. Moving on to their second album, Led Zeppelin 2. This is also in 1969. This is the second album, and this is the first Led Zeppelin record I think I acquired. I'm pretty sure it was this one or its Presence, which I'll get into that later. This is probably one of my ultimate favorites. And you know what? You know how I do. I'll probably say that about every single album here. What can I say? I have a whole lot of love for this record. I had to throw it in there. Seriously, Whole Lot of Love, which is another reworking of Willie Dixon's You Need Love, is one of my favorite tracks on here, along with the Lemon Song, which is a reworked version of Killin' Floor by Chester Burnett, aka Howlin' Wolf. My dude, I love Howlin' Wolf. But it also includes the famous lyric, I think you know it, Squeeze My Lemon, which is a reference to Robert Johnson's phrase in Traveling Riverside Blues, another incredible blues artist. Thank You is one of my all-time favorites. It's such a beautiful, wonderful, romantic-y song. It's also beautifully composed, featuring my fave member, JPJ, Mr. John Paul Jones, killing it on the Hammond organ, and you know I love a good Hammond organ. This record also possesses some nice references to Mr. J.R.R., if you don't know, with Ramble On. And this record is great because it has such a lighter mood compared to their darker debut album. It's kind of like you get both sides of the coin. On the extremes, you have the wintry debut and the summery second album. It still gives you some bluesy, sultry tunes, but I feel like this one's a great classic to listen to and summer vibes because it has such a fun-loving, whimsical, theremin-charged energy to it, and it really should be enjoyed with a nice glass of lemonade and a whole lot of love. Led Zeppelin 3. 1970. This is the third album. Who would have guessed? All right. So I just want to say this should not be referenced as the album with the immigrant song on it. I think instead it should be referred to as the JPJ Master Instrumentalist album because, oh my God, he can play everything and anything. Obviously, is my favorite. This album is very folky and more acoustic-y than their previous albums, and it's really enjoyed more contemplatively than I think passively. I think you can appreciate it more if you actually sit down to listen to this one. It's not sort of like where you could listen to a whole lot of love and, you know, kind of lose yourself into it. The cover art is incredible and was done by the artist Zakran. I love the interactive Volvo design and the members' faces intermixed with other objects. Some of the tracks that I love on here are, of course, Immigrant Song. Get that out of the way. Celebration Day, Out on the Tiles, Gallows Pole, which is a traditional folk song, originally entitled The Maid Freed from the Gallows. And I love Lead Belly's version, honestly, Gallows Pole. Tangerine and Hats Off to Roy Harper, which is a weird one based off of Bull White's Shake 'Em Down, that is a tribute in name to Roy Harper, a folk musician and a friend of Led Zeppelin that I actually really love. The mixing and the use of the vocal vibrato amp really make this a kishy, unique kind of bluesy, weird tune. I love all that kind of stuff. So I'll say this album has a spring summer vibe to it. Gives you lots of rebirthing moods and raging emotions. And I think this album definitely makes you want to get with some friends and celebrate and perhaps enjoy a nice tangerine.
Hey everybody, this is editing Layla coming at you because I forgot to record an outro for part 1 of this Led Zeppelin vinyl video, so I'm going to do it right here as you're watching whatever I decide to put on the screen here. I hope you're enjoying it. I hope it's tantalizing, and I hope you enjoyed this part 1 of my Led Zeppelin vinyl collection, and I hope you'll stay tuned for part 2. Thank you so much. As always, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
This is my black kitty, Alistair. Yes, named after Alistair Crowley. Alistair Meowley. Led Zeppelin is awesome. It should be called Black Kitty instead of Black Dog, though. Bye.